This story is from the AITA subreddit and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Refusing to See My Husband on His Birthday? It's my husband's birthday next week, a few days after his sister's. His sister messaged me asking if I had any plans for him this weekend and whether we would like to come and see her and have a joint birthday get-together. She lives 5 hours away, round trip. I said, sure, that sounds great, and that I had no plans for him this weekend, but I am doing something special on his actual birthday. I do have something on with my friends on Saturday morning, but this is literally 1 hour and did not impact us potentially seeing his sister at all. This is relevant later. I spoke to my husband about this, and he said he wanted to do something, just him and I, for his birthday, ergo dinner, spend the day together, etc. And we also needed to save for many upcoming expenses, vacation soon and moving house, and going down to see her would be expensive, and fuel, gifts, and having to pay for her dinner, she doesn't pay for anything, etc. I told him I already told her we were free, so he said that he would call her and handle it, and make up an excuse that he was seeing his own friends this weekend and couldn't make it. I agreed to this. He called her, and then after the call, he told me he had actually not told her he was free this weekend, but he told her I was not, and that I was actually going to see my friends. He said his sister was surprised and said, oh, but she didn't mention she was busy. This put me in such an awkward position. His sister told him it doesn't matter if I'm busy and for him to come and see her anyway. I asked him why he changed the whole story and pretty much threw me under the bus. He said he felt sorry for her on the phone and didn't want to spend her birthday without him, despite telling me a whole different story just an hour ago. And that it was fine if he changed his mind. I do recognize it's okay for him to change his mind and actually decide to see her. I feel massively betrayed. It's like he told me one thing and her another. And I told her I was free on the weekend and he said I'm busy with friends, making me look like a liar. He said we weren't going to see her as we were saving up, but then totally flipped on the phone. He called me selfish and cold and two-faced, saying I'm fake to his sister and asking why I have a problem with him seeing her. Hold up. He just called you selfish, cold, and two-faced? After literally using you as a scapegoat to change his mind to what you wanted him to do anyway, but made you the villain in the story of him changing his mind, which he didn't need to do. None of that needed to happen. He just panicked, and it's good to know that if your partner's going to panic, you're the one they're going to throw under the bus. It's good that you learned that at least, right? Jeez. Okay, after the two-faced statement, but the problem is really how he handled all of this, and he has pretty much stopped me from going too by telling her that I'm busy. I told him I refuse to plan anything for his birthday now. I'm just so hurt and feel betrayed. I told him I don't want to see him this weekend, so all the plans are out the window. Am I the astronaut? OP's comment, I'm getting a few questions, so I just want to clear things up. Apologies for rambling. 1, I committed to a plan without asking him first because I did genuinely want to see her, and my husband has never objected to seeing her, so I usually organize the times with her. That's a precedent. But I understand I should have checked with my husband first, and unfortunately for myself, I could have avoided all of this if I just told her in the first instance my husband said he was busy with friends or it was too much money. Hindsight is a great thing. 2, I did tell my sister-in-law that my husband said he wanted dinner, just me and him, for his birthday. I said this in case my husband said he didn't want to see her. She is very pushy, though, and probably interpreted this as on his actual birthday, meaning he was still free this weekend, and gave him a missed call, probably to convince him to come and see her. 3, I didn't message her to say my husband was busy with friends. It was too much money because he said she just gave me a missed call. I'll call her back and handle it, i.e. tell her he is busy while we were talking. This was before he threw me under the bus, lol. Otherwise, I'm not a coward. I'd message her to tell her he actually said we're busy. 4, him not standing up to his sister is an ongoing issue. This is just one example of it, but it is the overriding factor for me here and one of the reasons why I took it too far and refused to do anything for his birthday now. This isn't the first time something like this has happened. We're always paying for her because she doesn't believe she should pay for anything if she's with a man, being serious here. 6, he's not seeing anyone else. Despite his shitty actions, this is one thing I'm sure of. This is not a solution, but I'm sick and tired of being treated like a doormat and a fallback for these things. I've messaged his sister to say that we actually can't come this weekend because he is busy with friends and it is too much money, but I am free. Now I will wait for him to confront me and ask why I told her that, and then ask him how it feels. How did this guy just randomly step in the biggest pile of shit and not be like, honey, I panicked. I'm so sorry. I don't know what the fuck came out of my mouth. It just came out and I couldn't reel it back in. And I know I'm a dick for saying that. And this is all complicated now. And I'm sorry. But instead of saying that, steps in the biggest pile of shit ever and is like, It's fine. Just deal with it. It's fine. Cool, buddy. You might, and now is just stepping in shit again. It's like every step he takes now, since randomly stepping in that big shit pile, which it was his choice, he has stepped in shit with every step after that since then. Stop stepping in shit, sir. Start trying to clean up the mess. Quit making it worse. Quit doubling down. Do yourself a favor and stop doing yourself damage. The question here is, am I the astronaut for refusing to see my husband on his birthday? It sucks that this is happening on his birthday. It sucks, but no, because this has been an ongoing issue and it was finally the last straw. If anything, if this is something that keeps creating these kinds of scenarios that are this severe, the action needed to be that drastic anyway, and pain creates change, right? Maybe the fact that it is on his birthday will be enough pain for him to be like, oh, I should remove my head from my ass and stop stepping in shit. Especially when it comes to my sister, because she's clearly able to bully him into whatever the hell she wants. And he'll give her a bonus. He's like, I'll let you bully me into doing whatever you want, and then I'll also step in shit in my relationship at the same time. That's talent. You've got a gift, dude. You did like a triple spin up here. It's impressive. Give it an 8.5 on the up scale. OP was NTA. Hubby here I don't think he's an ASCON 1 for throwing her under the bus and panicking and doing that. I think he's an ASCON 1 for, after throwing her under the bus, not owning up to it and not being like, yeah, I don't know why. Not trying to fix the situation, just continually making it worse. He took an unfortunate circumstance in which he was a 2 and turned himself into a 1 just by being stubborn. Oof.